Angkor Wat is not just a temple. It is a symbol of faith, power, art, and human achievement. Located near Siem Reap in Cambodia, Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument ever built in the world. For centuries, it has stood as a silent witness to the rise and fall of one of Southeast Asia's greatest civilizations, the Khmer Empire. Today, Angkor Wat is known globally as the heart of Cambodian identity. It appears on the national flag. It attracts millions of visitors each year, and it represents the soul of a nation. But Angkor Wat was not always a tourist destination. It was once the spiritual center of an empire that dominated much of mainland Southeast Asia. To truly understand Angkor Wat, we must travel back more than 900 years into the past. The Angkor region was once the capital area of the Khmer Empire. Between the 9th and 15th centuries, this empire controlled territory that stretched across modern-day Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, and parts of Vietnam, the Khmer people were master builders, skilled engineers, and deeply religious, they believed that their kings were chosen by the gods and that temples were sacred bridges between heaven and earth, water management was the foundation of their success. Through vast reservoirs, canals, and moats, the Khmer controlled seasonal floods and droughts. This allowed them to grow rice in massive quantities, feeding a large population and supporting a powerful state. Angkor Wat was built at the height of this civilization. The name Angkor comes from the Sanskrit word Nagara, meaning city. Wat is a Khmer word meaning temple. So, Angkor Wat means temple city. But Angkor Wat was not just any temple. It was designed as a cosmic model of the universe, based on ancient Hindu beliefs. The temple represents Mount Meru, the sacred mountain at the center of the universe and the home of the gods. The surrounding moat symbolizes the cosmic ocean that surrounds the world. Every detail, every tower, corridor, and carving was created with deep spiritual meaning. Angkor Wat was built during the reign of King Suryavarman II, one of the most powerful rulers of the Khmer Empire. He ruled in the early 12th century, around the year 1113 to 1150. During his reign, the empire expanded through military campaigns and diplomacy. Suryavarman II was a devoted follower of Hinduism, particularly the god Vishnu, the protector of the universe. Unlike many other Khmer temples dedicated to Shiva, Angkor Wat was dedicated to Vishnu. This choice reflected the king's personal beliefs and his desire to associate himself with divine protection and eternal order. Angkor Wat was also likely intended as the king's state temple and final resting place after death. Building Angkor Wat was a political, religious, and symbolic act. Politically, it showed the power and wealth of the Khmer Empire. Religiously, it honored Vishnu and reinforced the divine status of the king. Symbolically, it was meant to ensure harmony between the human world and the gods. Constructing such a massive temple required enormous resources. Thousands of workers, artisans, engineers, and priests were involved. Stone was transported from distant quarries, carved with precision, and assembled without modern tools or cement. The result was a masterpiece of balance, symmetry, and spiritual meaning. One of the most unusual features of Angkor Wat is that it faces west. Most Khmer temples face east, toward the rising sun, symbolizing life and rebirth. The west, associated with the setting sun, is often linked to death in Hindu belief. This has led many scholars to believe that Angkor Wat also served as a funerary temple for King Suryavarman II. However, Vishnu is also associated with the west, which adds another layer of meaning. This dual symbolism, life and death, power and eternity, makes Angkor Wat deeply mysterious and unique. When Angkor Wat was completed, it stood as the most ambitious architectural project in the history of Southeast Asia. It was not built for ordinary people. It was built for gods, kings, and eternity. And yet, centuries later, it still stands. In the next part, we will explore how Angkor Wat was built, the incredible engineering behind it, and how the Khmer achieved something that still amazes the modern world.